GeneralsGentlemen.
Hello, folks.
Hi.
This is something a little bit special.
A little bit different, yeah. Something we're very excited about.
We have a celebrity. We kidnapped him all the way from Germany. His name is Relax.
Hello.
You can hear the applause through the internet, really.
Yeah.
Everyone at their computers is really excited, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Some of you may know him as the god that makes all of the good maps. Lagoon, Melting Snow,
What else do we have?
Homeland Rocks.
Homeland Rocks.
That's probably my favorite.
Wow.
What's the other one? Hard Winter,
Yeah.
which is also pretty nice.
Embattled Plains?
I think it's Embattled Land.
Yeah,
Something.
something like that.
Yeah, which is also quite good, I would say. But it's up to you guys.
Yeah.
We
You
think
played.
they're some of the best maps out there. So Lagoon is my favorite map,
Lagoon, of
personally.
course, yeah.
Lagoon's my favorite map. We
Yeah?
always play on Lagoon all the time. Yeah,
Okay.
it's great. So
So we're doing a bit of an interview here. So to start off with, how did you get into making maps?
Oh, it's hard to say. I think when I first started to play Zero Hour, I recognized it as some kind of unbalance in some maps.
Yeah.
For example, which map was it? Flash 5, for example.
Yep.
Where you have better access for one position
Yep.
than for the other. And that's a way of getting into map making.
Yeah, because I think Tournament Desert is one of the only maps that's actually symmetrical. Like most Zero maps are actually like not symmetrical. Like maybe like Barren Badlands, but most Zero maps are different for the players.
yeah, which makes it unfair.
Yeah.
And cause imbalance. Whereas Max's maps are awesome and symmetrical and balanced, so which is pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
So then how do you design a map? Like what is the process for you go like?
The process, I have an idea in mind, and I just draw the maps on the paper
Wow.
first. And
Primitive
then
technology.
Yeah, it's I think an engineering way of doing it, and I just set some hills or the player positions and the supply stashes.
Yep.
So then I have to decide which map style it should be. So is it desert or grassland? I don't like snow too much, but the last two maps were good, I think. So I think my maps are more desert maps. Yeah.
I think it's actually pretty evenly mixed, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Probably a couple more. If he likes the desert
so
ones,
I cannot just do desert maps.
Just only
Yeah.
do desert. Yeah, it's fair.
Got to balance it out. Okay, fair enough.
Nice.
Your turn.
But, ooh.
We're so unprepared for this.
Here's the obvious question. So yeah, we're doing a lot of prep time here.
What's your favorite map?
Yeah.
My
that's a good
favorite
one.
map. It's hard to say. I think Flash Fire, the balanced version, I like most because it's constant action on it, and I like this map very much.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Even more than your own maps.
Yes,
It's very modest.
but balanced, the balanced version.
Yeah.
So
Yes. Yeah.
the original has, I think, an advantage for the top player, where you can reach the supply much faster.
Yeah.
So you build the supply, then you build the war factory, and the first dragon tank
Yeah.
Mm.
will maybe get the other war fac.
Okay. So did you get a lot of positive feedback when you were first designing the maps? I suppose was there a lot of community in Zero that kind of gave you positive feedback from that? Did they get a lot of play time or?
So let's say the internet is full of
Trolls.
trolls,
we know that.
and people just don't like that someone wants to do new things and some kind of diversity. So first off, it was more like, oh, you don't need to do the maps. You have 20, 30 maps, original maps, so you don't need to do something. But in the end, playable maps, at least for 1.04, it's just a few, maybe a handful,
Yeah.
few more, and that's it. So I think
Yeah, I've certainly noticed that as well. Is like the community is pretty hard to make changes because it's been so the same for such a long period of time. Clan Wars 1.4 Tournament Desert and anything else is like I have to change my strategies. Like, what?
Do something different.
I don't like
So,
change. Yeah. And I guess it's also kind of harder to get feedback on a map, like compared to a medium such as YouTube, where it's very easy to get feedback. Whereas with a map, you kind of like you post on the forums and like it wouldn't be as interactive.
Yeah, it is. You're right. But on the other hand, if you just create something new, you have to have some players playing the map.
Yep.
Which probably or should be players on a higher level, so they can rate a little bit and say, okay, this is more GLA map or China or USA map. So it's hard to get the map for the community and which is played frequently.
Yeah, that's actually a good point that you brought up. Is like, have you noticed that some maps favor certain factions? You have to try and design maps in a way not to like favor a certain faction.
Yes, of course. So for the standard version 0.4, it is you cannot just put civil buildings in for no reason.
Yep.
So it's totally GLA map. Just what's the name? Wasteland Warlords.
Is that the one with the 4 oils in the middle?
No, it's the one with the 2 oils
in the corner
on top right
corner.
corner.
Yeah.
And of course, you mentioned Desert Fury, for
that's
example,
it.
and see with the 4 oils. What's the name? Desert Fury.
We just keep throwing in the word desert. We'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Dust Devil.
There's Desert Fury and Dust Devil.
Yeah.
So, but both is GLA in favor of GLA.
And why is that?
You have access very fast to the oil.
Yeah.
And if you just take GLA versus China, so what can you do? Going for an helix or?
Yeah.
Makes it hard.
Makes it very hard. Yes.
I think it's really good because I think your map's brought a lot of diversification into
diversity.
Diversity is there?
English isn't Blake's first language.
Yeah, so I have issues with it. Into the game Zero, I mean the maps change how people play so much. They have to vary their play styles and their build orders, and I think your maps really allow that. Some of them are so different from some of the classic 0 hour maps that players are really forced to change up their strategies a lot. And you get a lot of more fun games coming out on those maps, which I think is really good, that you didn't just stick to exactly how the classic maps were kind of designed in 0 hour. You also kind of brought in a bit of new stuff to that. So
yes, of course. And if the people don't know the map, they will probably play a little bit different. So you can see some different tactics or risky tactics. Something like that. Yeah,
like for example, like airfields are a lot more viable on like Homeland Rocks. It's a very big map, so like MiGs and like Raptors are more viable because it's more open. You have more room to play with, whereas like you can't really ever go like Raptors on a map like Tournament Desert because it's just too small.
Yeah, it's too small for that.
Yeah.
So if you are talking about Raptors for USA, so
yeah. All right. Who's your favorite general?
My favorite general, it's Tank, I would say.
Tank.
Or Vanilla Shana.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah.
The man after the machine's own heart.
Yeah.
So
That'd be Nuke, really.
He's yeah.
And why is that?
Yeah. So Vanilla Shana is always tough to play with, especially in 1.04. And I really enjoy playing it in the better version, I would say, which is 1.06. So I like that. But so
yeah, I like the underdog.
Yeah.
It's a good way to play. I'm probably playing with the OPs. So
Yeah.
the man who uses China infantry virtually every game. So
Okay.
Well, other than that, I think we're out of questions.
covers most of my questions, I think, machine.
Maybe
so
if we prepared these in advance.
we'd have had some more. But no, we'd like to thank you very much, Relax, for coming by and for creating such excellent maps. It's been a pleasure. So
I gotta say, our tournaments would be much less interesting, and our casts would be much less interesting. Whenever we like try and cast replays, we scroll through like Tournament Desert. Oh, Lagoon, let's cast this game. Yeah, so It makes the game a lot more interesting. We'll have a lot more variation to have good custom maps.
I can't think of playing constantly one map is just awful. It's
Yeah. I even like there's a few maps that you have that are very similar to Tournament Desert. Like I forget the name of it, but it's like a green grassy version. It has a hospital in the middle,
yes.
and like it's the same base layout, but it has so much more room for maneuvering and navigating. Where Tournament Desert, the alleys are so choke
Narrow,
pointy
yeah.
that it's very campy. Like I was thinking for April Fools, we should make a map called Tournament Terrible, and we get Tournament Desert, and we halve the amount of sizes in the choke points, and then we like put more garrisons in the middle, and just like, wouldn't that be great?
Doesn't sound like a great
That's
time.
All right,
Okay.
well that's it, folks. Relax. He exists. He's a real human being.
yeah.
In
He's
the
a great
flesh.
guy.
Okay.
Farewell.
Thank you. Cheers.
Bye bye.